Enjoy the show. Play on Walljangers.
For Purjangers and Walljangers Media Network, as well as Twitch. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the only podcast to make bad look this good. The Triforce Podcast, of course. I am your host, Matthew Bucarell, the Mattman, and in the Purjanger box, we have one Christopher Bristow, the old man, as well as our Iron Kelly Collins, big brother, omnipotent presence that is, Stephen Bucarell. And of course, you'll notice somebody familiar in the box. Don't worry, we didn't pay for that guy. He was going to cost like millions. But we got a local of our own, a local hero, dare might I say, in the Bucks County Batman. Kelly Collins, take it away. You worked so hard to try to make this happen, and God, this is like a dream. I love your suit. It's amazing.
Thank you.
I've been scrolling your pages, man, and I love a lot of your suits, but that one really just, it's very expertly done.
Thank you.
So I was reading about it, and I saw that you actually started your first costume you put on your, I guess, at Ed's Bait and Tackle Shop in Bensalem.
Yes.
And you actually did it to actually help your son's YouTube. Is that correct?
Yes.
But then you blew up.
Yep.
That's awesome. So tell us more about how you got started in doing this.
So it all started, my ex-wife's birthday was on Halloween. We always had big costume contests and Halloween parties.
You and I are already friends.
A buddy of mine introduced me to 3D printing, and I didn't really know this stuff existed. So he showed me the War Machine suit. I got this $8,000 War Machine suit up here. It's an exact.
That is badass.
Yeah, and I just started buying things. And after me and my wife and I split, my son started the YouTube channel. And it was just a way for us to kind of stay connected. He would just talk about what's going on, do toy reviews and stuff. And of course, YouTube's hard, so he wasn't getting any views. So
don't I know
the
it?
metrics in that are difficult.
yeah, don't I know it?
I had like 50 grand worth of costumes just laying around. Everybody said I should just go to Wawa, just ride my motorcycle around. So I started doing that. I saw Ed's cry for help on social media. Somebody kept graffitiing the bridge. So I painted the whole bridge with the suit on, and that went viral. And then from there, I started mowing my neighbor's lawn. I was on the news like 10 times.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw you recently did it was like a year ago or so where you chased Joker around the city.
Yeah, we raised money for kids with cancer. I chased the Philly Joker around. I was on the roof of the car, and he was on his purple Ducati, and we went around Chinatown. It was fun.
Amazing.
That's awesome.
That is so cool.
Their page, they had drones following me. Cape got caught in the motorcycle tire.
Oh.
No capes. See? No capes.
So you said you have about 60, or what do you say, about 50 or $80,000 in suits?
50. My son has 300 suits of his own, so that's kind of where it started.
Okay. I was about to say, how did you stop there? But then you said your son's suit, so I understand. Okay. No, that makes sense. All right.
That's really cool.
Fair enough.
Me and Chris both have little ones, and he's got a couple more, and I got one on the way. And you know, his kids are the same as us. They grow up just like us. They're nerds just like he is. And I hope that someday when my daughter gets a little older, she's only 2.5 or 3.5 now. So she gets a little older, I can share that kind of thing with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that must be awesome for your son to, when you did this, to for him to be like, yeah, that's my dad. That's like, you guys share very similar things like that.
His kid gets to grow up. His kid gets to grow up saying, my dad's Batman.
He was a little embarrassed at first. I showed up to his school with the suit on, and
Yes,
of course. Yes, that's exactly what you're doing.
That was going to be my next question.
What other way is there to do it? What other way is there to do it? There's no other way to do it.
After I left the school, his whole son started watching my live shows. Now they're calling him the son of Batman, giving him gifts.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's awesome.
Especially with that Super Sons animation movie coming out with Batman's son and Superman's son going to save their dads, man. I see a series on YouTube.
So, speaking of that, but you actually had a love for comic books growing up, though, right? Your love for superheroes didn't start with your son. Like you actually liked superheroes growing up.
Yeah, I read Marvel comics growing up. DC, I'm more into the anime than the video games.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I can sympathize with that because I didn't start actually reading comics till I was in my 30s. But growing up, I would watch all of the animation. I would watch all the movies and all the movies, animated and live action, and criticize most of the live action. But there's that. I mean, there's that thing that DC does very well with animation, anything in their comic universe, to where it is on par with Marvel, because Marvel's animation is garbage.
Well,
Most of it.
it's just to throw in here. I always thought that DC's animation, you're right, was better. It was always darker, even as a kid. It was always darker, and just more intense than most cartoons were and animations were then.
Well, especially Batman the Animated Series. That was something that really propelled every nerd in that age, in that time range, because Kevin Conroy is still everybody's animated, Batman. So my main question is, who's your favorite live action Batman and who's your favorite animated Batman?
Live action, I would say Ben Affleck. I feel like is closest to animation. I love Kevin Porter as well. I don't know if we could add him in there, but as far as animation, I would say
there are so many.
There are so many.
There's way too many.
Because
Too many to choose.
You have Adam West. You also have Kevin Conroy. You have Jensen Ackles. You have so much.
Yeah. Then you had I still think Michael Keaton was badass, and I hope to see him again.
We're gonna see him in a couple things. He's showing up in Batgirl.
That's true. So are you doing are you still doing charity work like that? I did see something about as well that you actually would get up sometimes get up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and go help feed homeless and stuff like that.
Yeah, we go around at night and I'll feed the homeless, put blankets on them, stuff at night. I have a 0 point suit coming from Fortnite. I wanted to visit the hospitals and all because of COVID. You don't really do that anymore.
Yeah.
So kids in the hospitals, they don't want food. They don't want gifts. What they really want is your time. So I started playing Fortnite and I go live. Like, they all have Xboxes in the room. So I play with sick kids and I do cameo personalized messages. And if somebody's sick, I'll do it for free. So if anybody DMs me for that, like sometimes kids will break their arm in the middle of the night. I don't sleep. So I'm up till 5 in the morning. I'm always available. If somebody I answer all my DMs instantly. So I do everything for the kids.
I noticed that when I sent you that message and you responded, I was like, oh, I was so excited. I'm like, yes, I'm so excited.
Absolutely. But what I get from this is that you're very much like, the way you're describing even your sleep habits, you're very much like Batman.
He is. It's so cool. I also saw, do you really have some of those bat cars?
I don't. Everybody thinks they're my car. They're all friends of mine. They wanted me to start selling them. So, I mean, it's $500,000. They're not street legal. So I really have no use for one myself right now. I have a bigger house and storage for it. But yeah, I know them all. So I just share their content.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
You're also a huge health nut, from what I understand. I mean, that's to say the least from some of your videos. And like, damn, he's jacked. Like, really. So I was reading that you are a huge health and physical and mental health nut.
Yes. And that's another thing I actually lost my job for appearing at the George Floyd protest as Batman. So I just did the social media as fun for my son. I didn't realize there was money in it. So I realized I tried to monetize my account. I start going live. I teach people how to train twice a day. And I became a sponsored athlete for HTLT supplements. I'm now pretty much their #1 athlete. They're going to start flying me around for appearances and stuff, which is really cool. And
That's amazing.
Cooking with Batman on YouTube, where I'll show like anabolic ice cream and different desserts, very low calorie desserts. And so I wear the Batman apron and I cook at night, and I go live and I kind of do behind the scenes while I shoot my YouTubes.
What kind of focus do you put in mental health? Because that's something that not a lot of people can say they actively like put a focus on.
It's very important. I meditate. I see two different therapists. I have a family therapist. I have my own therapist. So yeah, that's important.
Yeah.
I live with I live with Big Brother, but
Yeah, I work in.
he works
I
in
work
mental health.
Mental health.
So
Yeah.
I kind of got that covered. But he has been preaching to me for a very long time about meditation, to where I actively do it in my day, and I do find that it is healthy. So if you can't even take a sliver from this podcast, Walljangers, if even Batman is meditating, you can meditate, and you should.
I've been.
We say all the time, you can't take care of yourself. You can't take care of anybody else unless you can take care of yourself. So
Take care of your house first.
that you got to have your house in order.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you stand brooding over a city skyscraper. And I mean, is that really healthy? Oh, I mean, present company excluded. I mean, I'm sure you're not on the top of the skyscraper. You're at the bottom helping the people.
So I heard he said that he was into comic books.
Yes.
So I would love to have a meeting with him and Frank Percy. We need to.
I was going to bring that up. Yeah.
We through our endeavors here on Bridgehangers and Walljangers and especially
Our
the Triforce
shoestring
podcast,
connections, if you were, through the tin can.
mutual friend Mark introduced us to our now who we call friend Frank Percy. He was a Marvel inker during the 90s. He inked Punisher War Journal and Iron Man and a various other slew of comic books during the 90s. He would love to introduce you to him. I'm sure he would get it. He would be
He'd
blown
love it.
away.
He'd be through the moon.
He would be through the moon. It's just the fact that we're talking to you right now.
Yeah.
He would be absolutely ecstatic.
He's probably watching, or he will be watching in the future.
He will. He always comments. He always watches. It's just that was a cool Star Trek thing to do as well. I mean, to see Frank Percy come in, because seeing this guy who actually did these comic books and animated for this, and
So-
he would love. I think they both would love it.
One thing,
And
since
then-
we're talking about
and then,
comic books,
yeah, go ahead.
what is your favorite kind of comic story arc? Because I've been getting into a lot of different ones. One of my honestly, one of my favorite ones is, I mean, on top of, honestly, the Infinity Gauntlet, Batman-wise, is The Court of Owls. I love that story arc. What's your top? Or at least the top couple, because I know that's really hard with Batman, Killing Joke and all that.
My favorite would be Infinity Gauntlet, and then my favorite would be The Court of Owls.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Like mine's. I got a Deadpool mask over there, but it's kind of suffocating and it's hard to drink from. So unless you pour it in the eyes and hope you get it in the mouth, doesn't really work out. But I mean, Court of Owls, especially because we're getting that Batman Gotham Knights game, to where finally they're once again doing something innovative with Batman in a video game, and they're killing him off. And it's one of those moments in gaming that I think it really matters, because they're tying.
Look at that
is
background. That is
amazing.
awesome.
That's
So he even closes and opens doors like a Batman.
Oh yeah, you gotta completely sell it, man.
He sells everything.
That is an amazing Galactus. I love that.
That is
Oh.
awesome. Who drew that? Who did that in the background?
This is a soundproof Marvel bedroom. It's all Infinity Gauntlet murals. So they're
That
just
is awesome.
different murals I have on the wall. I'm turning it into a gaming room for my son.
Oh, that's
I
awesome.
used to work
That's
grave shifts, so I used to sleep down here. We still have Batman, even though it's a Marvel room. He's in here.
There we go.
Gotcha.
And
So,
one of my
Chris-
favorite comics, though, from Batman that's in recent, it's New 52, but it's 0 Year, specifically because they use that as influence in the recent Matt Reeves, the Batman. I wanted to get your thoughts on the Batman, because honestly, I will say, as much as I love Michael Keaton, that was probably my favorite Batman movie to date.
I did like it. I honestly think it was a little bit too long.
It was a bit
I liked the movie, though. I didn't like the suit at first. It looked much better in the movie. I like Zoe Kravitz.
Yes.
The Batmobile I hated at first. They almost let me drive it. I was in Philly. They were gonna let me drive the thing, which is awful. The door's like welded shut. I didn't want to try to like scratch it up, getting inside of it. But yeah, that was probably the best part of the movie was a Batmobile.
Oh my god! I mean, that's one of those things that when the Batman came out, I loved that they were going for like a year two. Like, this is not a polished Batman. He's got a lot of psychological issues. He's not the sharpest detective in the shed yet, but by the end, he gets the job done. Yeah, it was a little bit of a flood thing, but that's what happens when you build up walls around.
I have to say I was like, no, I didn't have no hopes for it, but you guys saw how much I was like against the Robert Pattinson being Batman thing.
Oh,
At
yeah.
first
We have
I was like,
podcasts
oh, is he going to sparkle? Oh,
He doesn't sparkle.
He doesn't.
He
No.
doesn't.
He does.
And he
have a
actually did.
problem.
I think he.
But he
did
does shine.
He
Huh?
did a good
See what I
job,
did there?
way better than I thought he was going to be, and I was
Probably
actually
hair
impressed.
in his eyes.
Yeah.
There's always hair in his eyes.
Big Brother has a problem with the hair.
He's anime Batman.
Now, the other thing I noticed is that you mentioned you were more of a Batman gaming fan. What is your favorite Batman game, at least to date? Because Gotham Knights is going to be a very close to the top for me.
Arkham Asylum.
For me, the Arkham games were started playing video games with my kids, and my kids were too young, so we were more into like the Lego Batman and stuff like that.
Which is also a good game.
Oh, they're amazing.
We wanted a Batcave for Christmas, so I got him the Batman VR, and that was the best game I ever played. I love VR games. I wish they made it longer.
Yeah.
He thought he was gonna die. He thought he was actually in the game. He was like 6 years old.
Oh my god.
But right now I'm playing Fortnite. I'm using I have the 0-point suit being made. It's going to be completely bulletproof. I'm going to be going around with a GoPro connected to it. I'm going to carry bows and arrows and guns, go around town and just get reactions out of people. So right
you're
now,
going to get a reaction. It's going to be, oh my god, look at that Batman.
Yeah. So wait,
There's a big crossover with Fortnite right now. They're doing it with Marvel. They're doing it DC. I mean, DC has the benefit
Star
because they
Wars.
have that direct crossover with the comic line, to where I look at these comics and when I scan over the nerdy news, and I'm like, you know what? that actually looks like a really good comic line I want to read.
Yep.
And that's where they get you to cross over, to where even if you're not a Fortnite fan, you're a Batman fan, you're probably more inclined to pick that up. So I really appreciate that point of it.
So being from this area, are you a Philly sports guy or?
I don't watch any sports. So yeah, I know.
Gotcha. What about wrestling? Are you a wrestling fan?
I watch a little bit of UFC, but not watched WWF back in the day, but nothing really now.
Yeah, we're doing an event this Saturday, right, Chris?
Yes.
Yeah, we actually have an event. ACPW is putting on it's an independent pro wrestling company. Yours truly will be doing the ring announcing there as well. It's an independent cup tournament to name the number one contender. Tickets at the door are $25 to $35, $20 to $30, and the doors open at 6:30.
Yeah.
You are more welcome to attend if you choose to come. Let me know. I can get you in the door.
Thank you.
I'm going to be helping out as what little I can. Apparently, I have a major role, so the old man tells me, but I'm going to be there helping out at whatever meager capacity I can. And I'm really excited about this, man, because I haven't really watched wrestling since like it was called WWE. You know,
Yeah, I'll be right back. I'll get that.
impressionable. And I've been to a couple wrestling matches. You know, my brother did, actual, high school wrestling. So I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, he actually wrestled, he says. But it's one of those things that I really, I enjoyed the spectacle of it. Because when you're in the middle of it, it's easy to get caught up in it. A lot like any kind of nerddom or fandom. Which another kind of side question for you is what is there any other kind of nerddom or fandom that you are not as big into, but that kind of level is Batman?
I don't think he can be any bigger into something than he is right now.
That's why I said not quite that level. It's hard to match that level in every point. Like, you know what? I also dress up as Naruto and I fly around on a cloud.
I think he's asking, do you have any other passions?
There you go.
Not
Thanks,
really.
thanks, producer.
Just fitness. Not really nothing else besides like this type of stuff.
Well, I mean, even fitness is I think there has been a lot of people that focused more on fitness after current events, especially after current events when unfit people were susceptible to a certain virus. So a lot more people have been putting a highlight onto fitness, and it's not a bad idea because what better way to improve yourself? And I hear from people that exercise that you actually feel better.
Absolutely.
And it helps your mental health too.
There you go. Coming full circle around on that. But
Speaking of mental health, I'm gonna want your number, Batman. I know some people.
yeah,
I know some special.
he knows some special people that would love to see you, and it would make their day.
All right, we can't be throwing
But
him around to everyone.
no,
okay?
but
Yeah, well,
He's
What-
our Batman.
He's our Batman, damn it.
I think the company I work for would be interested.
what kind of where do you see DC going in the future as a fan? Do you see them being able to compete with the Flash movie to where they are recasting Ezra Miller after this movie? They're recasting the Flash after this movie, but they are still releasing the Flash because apparently it's that good. So we have that. We have Wonder Woman. We have Black Adam, which the trailer looks amazing. Everything that put about it looks amazing. A movie that's been in been in focus longer than, well, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Do you see these movies building up to a collective? Do you see them staying strong on having a multiverse and just telling stories? And where would you like them to go?
I mean, yeah, I don't think they're going anywhere. I would love to see like a Marvel DC crossover. That would be awesome.
Everybody's clamoring for that.
Because
Love to
there's
see-
characters on both sides. Like, you could have an easy multiverse movie right there.
Also, Batman Beyond. That's going to happen eventually.
Everybody wants
Who
that.
It's a
would
matter
be
of
your
time.
who would be your Batman Beyond?
Michael Keaton and Pattinson as, Keaton as the old man Batman. Maybe Pattinson as I think the next Batman should be somebody that's not famous, but
Yeah.
Oh,
see-
yeah.
You should go for an unknown for that Terry McGinnis role if you're doing a Batman Beyond, because when they introduced him, he was very much that unknown role. He had a tragic backstory, but, you know, he ended up befriending Batman.
I don't know. Maybe someone who's got their own costume. They can show up. He's ready to go. No costuming required.
Hey, man.
We got it.
501st got on The Mandalorian that same way. All right?
Yes, they did.
And the idea started right here on the Triforce podcast, don't you know? There you go. I'll own that one. That is amazing. I want you as Terry McGinnis in Batman Beyond movie with Michael Keaton. That's the dream casting right there. Ultimate nerd casting. Because Philly, Delco, Bucksco, the Pennsylvania
Gotta love
thing. There's loyalty there.
I'll allow it.
So ultimately, I'm so enamored with just what you're doing as Batman. It's going above and beyond, which not a lot of people do. You know, you have to have indomitable spirit for that. You can't just, have somebody dissuade you like, oh, you dress up like Batman because, Chris Pratt, Ryan Reynolds, they have all walked off set in their suits just so they can go to children's hospitals and make people who believe in these characters, love these characters, happy.
Yep.
At a dark point. And there's nothing that says purjanger more than that. Because, of course, we made up a word, and we made it the name of our company. A purjanger is a person or group who loves or is infatuated with nerd and geek culture. And the best thing about being a nerd is you can be a nerd about anything. The answer is 42. So you're an ultimate purjanger, to say none the least. And it's just so impressive is what you have done just by embracing your fandom. Both of them.
The mantra
Fitness and
of this
Batman.
company.
You can become
mantra.
Batman if you try hard enough, is what you have told people.
Yeah.
That's it.
The mantra of this company is to build people up through positivity.
And you know what? I just found our title for the podcast. If you work hard enough, you can be Batman.
I just love the fact of how many people you help. That
Yes.
really means a lot to me because everyone needs some help every once in a while, mentally or physically or anything. And just the fact that you help out as much as you do, that is the coolest thing. And I just want to say thank you for everyone that you help.
Yeah, man. It's just so good.
I appreciate that.
I mean, sometimes the saying is not all heroes wear capes, but sometimes they do, man.
Sometimes I do.
And sometimes they look good while doing it because this guy has amazing suits. I saw that Batman Beyond. I got jealous. It's like, damn, that's the one I want. And then I saw the TikTok where you drop the glove and you go into it. I was like, that is badass. That's Batman shit right there. It was great.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of great suits, man.
Now,
And
do you have
a great
all the
Batman.
variations?
What was that, Kelly?
I said, do you have all the variations of suits?
I have this. I have the Batman Beyond. I had an old. I got rid of my. I sold my first Batman Beyond, but I got this one here.
Oh my
I got
god.
This is his Nightwing. I just had. made.
Oh,
That's all.
I hoped you did that to
saw
your.
that over
I mean,
here.
how could you have dress up as Batman and not dress your son as Robin and Nightwing? I mean, I had hoped. I didn't want to judge, but I'm really glad
There
you
it
went
is,
that way.
Right here. This one.
He's got the bow staff with real teeth.
Thank you.
Hey,
That was very
hey.
loud, but thank you for supporting. That is amazing. And the props. It's just cosplay is such a big thing now. And I think like TikTok and the internet has really made that explode because you get to see all of the great content with that is that people get really creative and they get really tried and true to the point before the internet. People were making Star Wars jumpsuits and cosplay, and there was no internet. There were no specs. They just went off of, it looks like this, and these are my measurements. And there's a level of dedication when you do any kind of cosplay, but when you do good with it, that's just an A-plus idea.
He even walks like a Batman. I'm just like walking
That's what
in
I'm
and out
saying.
of rooms.
I mean, some of that may be the suit.
it's like
Some of that may
setting
be
the
the suit.
phone down
Probably
like
the-
a Batman.
The
He also
layers of
probably weighs
armor
about.
he
The
has.
suits probably weigh a bunch, don't
You
they?
you actually, it's a little known fact, but you summon a little bit of the Batman when you put on the suit. It's well known from actors that put on the suit themselves. They tell you, like, no, you kind of feel like Batman when you put that on. You know why? Because you look like Batman. That's exactly
like-
why.
I feel like they should cast him in a Batman movie.
Anyway, how much does the suit weigh?
Yes.
25 pounds. A War Machine suit weighs over 100 pounds.
Wow.
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh.
Oh,
So just work out in that, and you'll get real big.
I wore that thing for 8 hours. I almost died. I took it off. I was bleeding.
oh my
Oh,
God, I
God.
bet. No, that sounds
Padding.
awful.
Padding.
100 pounds in that
Takes
War
me home.
Machine. Good Lord. You look good, but you feel that just from you saying that, like, oh, yeah, no, that does not sound comfortable.
That's Gravity Machine Goku level.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Oh my god.
Clearly, your power level is over 9,000. But I got a couple nerdy stories in here that I did see this one. Big Brother, go to the second story in the live folder. Yeah, that one. I heard a rumor, and it's been well talked about as of right now. Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio are apparently confirmed for Marvel's Echo series. So, Echo, Marvel's doing everything right with TV series and movies with live action. Echo, we saw her starting her transformation, if it were, and it was interesting how they ended off the Hawkeye series, because clearly this was really just tying up Hawkeye and introducing you to this new thing they wanted to make, which is Echo. What better way to introduce Daredevil than for Echo, because she's tied to Kingpin. And she, we don't know if she killed Kingpin, because that's a smart business move to kill this guy off after you just spent all that money bringing him back and hiding it. But what are your thoughts? I mean, I'm really excited about this. Supposedly, Disney is going along with this line of like, oh, yeah, no, a.k.a. Jessica Jones, a.k.a. The Punisher, aka Daredevil. They are making this canon again. So, what are your hopes going around the room? Obviously, I like the idea.
I'm cautiously optimistic. That's what I'll say. I'm just more intrigued of what Batman will say.
You say Switzerland, but yeah, I am too.
I'll tell you what, I'm cautiously optimistic as well, just because, especially with something like Daredevil, because Daredevil was so good that I'm just worried that they're gonna.
He'll only
it's
be
gonna
there
be
half the
lowered.
time. The other half the time, he'll have to be in court. So he's just going to do both half-ass.
Well, he's never in court.
No, there'll be more. But it'll be more of him in court, and because
Because
it's
he
a
doesn't have
Disney Plus show.
Foggy. He doesn't have Foggy as a scapegoat. So he's like, wow, this sucks when you actually got to work.
Anyway.
So, Batman,
I'm curious what Batman will think.
what's your thoughts on Daredevil popping up?
Cautiously optimistic. I mean, hopefully it's good.
I mean, with Daredevil, Netflix did such a good job. Bringing back Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio was the only move you could do because they did
both
it so
such a
well.
good job. Yeah.
And Vincent D'Onofrio hitting the gym himself to get
he's a
ready for
freaking
this
legend,
role.
though, man. He's a legend.
Yes.
Oh my God, yeah. He was a person to where I actually sat back and thought about his career, and I was like, "Oh no, you've literally been in like everything."
I mean, he was
Lieutenant Gomer Pyle.
I mean, the bad guy. He was the bad guy in Men in Black. More sugar, sugar.
Yeah. In water.
In water. No. Vincent D'Onofrio is, like you said, he's hitting the gym.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy because like there's some people like him that are like he's a bigger guy. Like what is he? He's a big dude. He's just a huge dude, and he's not just all muscle, but he is very strong. From what I understand.
Oh yeah, no, he is strong. Yeah, I mean, you got to figure there's a lot of physical
no Batman
conditioning.
strong, but he's strong.
Yeah, but there's a lot of physical conditioning that you got to do, especially when like, hey man, we want you to be an MCU kingpin, so you gotta have a little
I'm saying
something.
about that situation is he definitely did the right workouts to fit Kingpin. Like
Yes.
Kingpin is supposed to be not just real in shape strong. He's supposed to be a big,
Yeah, superhuman.
yeah. So
Giant guy.
I was excited.
Yeah,
about
he's
that.
supposed to have this menacing presence, and that's what he presented, and he did it very well.
He did.
My question for Batman here, I feel in awe just in saying that.
I know.
My question for Batman here is, what's your favorite show out of the whole Disney Plus series that we've gotten so far? I
He
just
wants
want you
to know
pick
what
one.
you stream
As
in the
far as,
Batcave.
like in the Marvel series, then in the Star Wars series.
Marvel. I don't remember. What are the options in Marvel? I forget.
We got WandaVision,
There's so many.
Loki, Falcon Winter
Soldier.
What If?
What
Um,
If?
I didn't see that or Loki.
Oh, Loki was amazing.
Loki was
What
good.
If was amazing as well. That's
WandaVision was
where-
in there too.
Yeah. To where I
and
would
then for
side
the
with
Star Wars series. You had Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Endor, and then you have the Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett.
I would say What If definitely number one. And I hated WandaVision the first few episodes, but it got really good. I liked WandaVision for a second.
Okay.
And then definitely Obi-Wan for Star Wars.
Oh my God!
See, not there yet.
That ending. That ending.
Oh,
Earmuffs, Kelly. Earmuffs.
I'm
Earmuffs.
just gonna.
that
there
is
you go.
exactly
That
how you
ending
make a
was amazing,
Jedi
wasn't it?
badass like Batman, okay? That's exactly how you get that to happen. That ending with Obi-Wan and Vader was amazing because Kelly had long enough. He can do his hand signals all he wants. Because
All right.
when I saw that Obi-Wan, I was like, that's an awakened Obi-Wan, and they need a
Yep.
second season.
And now let's flip it to DC. What do you think of the new Suicide Squad, and then the segue into Peacemaker?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I liked Suicide Squad. I loved Peacemaker though.
Peacemaker was great.
Yeah, Kelly, you're
See
safe
that.
to go. You're safe to come back in.
You're safe.
You're good. Yeah, there you go.
We're
no,
talking
I mean,
Peacemaker now.
I liked Peacemaker more than I liked Suicide Squad, even though
I agree with that.
after a while I did skip past the intro because I just got bored with it.
everybody was singing that intro for the first couple weeks. And
Oh,
then,
yeah.
Yes, it did get.
It got old. You're like,
Annoying.
we'll skip past this.
But kudos to John Cena for getting an Emmy nomination.
A
So
lot of Emmy nods out there for the nerdy shows here, like
Yep.
Mando, Star Wars Visions. Oh my God, that was amazing.
Yeah.
And they're doing more, which they should. And then we're getting Tales from the Tales show, where we're getting stories from Count Dooku, Ahsoka Tano,
Yep.
all of our favorites from the Clone Wars saga. So there's a lot
There's
of
just
content.
so
coming
many
out.
different ways they can always go. Like there's
Yep.
so many opportunities. There's always new.
And then my final piece is did you see Doctor Strange?
Yes,
What do you think of that?
I liked it.
Okay. What was your best part in that
Kelly hasn't
movie?
seen anything.
I don't know best part. I love Wanda.
So
All of it.
my question is, who was your favorite Illuminati death?
Probably Black Bull.
Oh my God, that was so
Yes.
good. That was so good.
Yes.
It
I'm not
was
the only
so
one.
good. I loved the Black Bolt death. I
I've been
thought that
talking
was
about Black
amazing.
Bolt to these guys forever. I'm like, yo, I wish we would make
And
a Black
then
Bolt movie.
He has
I
been talking
know.
about Black Bolt.
I know, but
Because
the
I
show
know
sucked.
because I know you're probably thinking of a way to take him down already. What do you think of Dwayne the Rock Johnson as Black Adam?
One thing I do is I don't watch any previews anymore, so I couldn't even answer that.
Okay. We will have to revisit that once
After
you
it
see the
comes out,
movie.
yeah,
Speaking
because
of health nut,
it's been a long time coming for that Dwayne the Rock Johnson movie. I mean, there's been a lot of promises where obviously it's well known you're getting the Justice Society of America. So earlier on, Black Adam, you can literally bring him back in anything, though. And fans are clamoring
and
for a Black Adam, Shazam, Superman, Henry Cavill movie.
And if there's anyone that can kind of right the DC ship, it would be Dwayne the Rock Johnson, because that man does no wrong in as far as like in the last 7 years, everything he's touched has been amazing.
well, don't watch the rundown.
I said 7 years.
Okay, good.
I mean, I didn't mind the rundown.
That's a lot of cows. I mean, that's a line from the movie.
Oh. Well, another
It had Christopher Walken in it though.
And who says
He
that
was
line?
explaining, it's like when a rapper wants a shiny new tooth.
Take the gato and the girl. That's a lot of cows. He's the one who says it. It's terrible.
But
Anyway,
we know your time is valuable. We
Yeah.
appreciate everything that you've done for us right now, like just being a part of this. Is there anything that you need us to plug for you while you're
Yeah.
on?
Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Bucks County Batman, Cooking with Batman.
ooh,
Ooh.
Wouldn't have my YouTube channel without my editor. Follow the editor on YouTube. He's linked on my channel. And yeah, if you guys need supplements or any nutrition, or if you have sick kids, you want a cameo shout out, I answer all of my DMs on Instagram.
Absolutely.
And then I'm just throwing this out there. If you need any live shot assistance or any assistance like doing that, just reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to help.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for stopping on. Anytime you want to be on, we would be more than happy to have you on. Bucks County Batman, we thank you for being on our Rinky Dinky podcast.
I have one final request from him.
oh god.
Can we get a where is she from him?
Where is she?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bucks County Batman to the Triforce podcast. Thank you so much for stopping by. Oh my God, that was amazing.
Thank you so much.
I felt like we're really talking to Batman, like 100%. Really talking to Batman.
I feel lighter and darker at the same time.
I know.
I feel Marvel light and DC dark at the same time. Yeah,
I think all the blood rushed to my head when he said that.
you look flush. You look flush, bud. But
Thank you again. Thank you.
absolutely.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
So
Oh.
That was amazing, fellas.
Kelly,
We're still live.
you're a god among Walljangers right now. Like
He's a
fans,
cool dude,
how
man. I
awesome!
told you from the start. He's
How
a-
awesome was it having Batman on the podcast? We just talked to Batman. He's Bucks County Batman.
That's
Like,
crazy
they have
because he
China
legit-
Batman in the
he
comics
is-
now. It's
is-
just a separate branch.
It's crazy because he is a legit Batman. He legit
No, he is
does
Batman.
things. Like
Yeah,
he does things for people. He's legit Batman. It's crazy.
he's
I can't.
Batman,
And he falls right into the hashtag.
his son's Robin.
For janging because he does build people up.
Yeah.
Did
through
anyone get a
positivity.
screenshot of that Janger box? Probably not.
Oh, I can get a whole bunch of screenshots.
Oh,
He
yeah, I
has
for-
it recorded.
I forgot we're recording.
We are live, by
We're
the way.
still
We didn't
live,
end
by the
off.
I
way.
know. I'm an idiot.
But just as awesome as that was, we do have a little bit more to get to in the show. We're not going to hit all the stories that I have in here, but one that I did want to hit was because we only got a teaser of this story before, but Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power gets us a new teaser trailer to where it's more than just the forging of the ring that we got last time, to where it's actually something that looks interesting. Here we see in our trailer a whole bunch of different alien races. Our meteor, obviously, that's big in the Lord of the Rings lore, that you have this gigantic meteor, and that's where they sculpt the Rings of Power from. Whole bunch of people that you will notice the races from. Jesus, that was quick. That doesn't sound.
Here's the meteor. All right, thank you.
Bye-bye, gang. Meteor killed them all. More next week.
Hey, we're all gonna
That
die.
was a
All right,
shorter
bye.
movie than I thought.
You guys, well, that's why you guys are. Do you know something crazy is off topic? Kind of. Actually, there's a company that makes chef knives out of metal from meteors, and it's like 3 years to get them because it takes they hand forge them and stuff, and they're so backed up and they cost so much money that it takes like 3 years to get them.
Further side note: King Tutankhamun had a meteor, like dagger.
Did you say
made Tutankhamun, the boy king in Egypt? He had those bow legs. Just strap strings on them and use them as use them to shoot targets.
It's stupid.
But something else that's stupid is this next story, because Oldman has a game coming out and it got a trailer with gameplay. I think you got to scroll through like maybe 20
He says
seconds.
the old man, and he means me.
Yeah, no, see? He starts off the trailer with that. You did it just at the same time, instinctually.
We both did it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was amazing. I couldn't have planned that better if I tried. But this is the gameplay we're getting here. They already said it was a stealth game. This is the perfect character to do a stealth game with, and they do stealth games well, especially with Lord of the Rings.
It's Golum out. It's Golum Outlast. That's what it is.
Oh, Golum Assassin's Creed?
Outlast was such a scary
Outlast.
game.
It's
Well,
Golum
he's
Outlast.
just slinking
That game was
around. It's
scary.
like the stealth aspect of Assassin's Creed in Lord of the Rings.
See, I don't know how long I could play this game.
I knew as soon as they announced it that I was never going to buy this.
No, you know what? No, I think I'd be able to play it, but it would just like I don't know. I feel like no. I
If
don't
it
know.
was
I like
there-
the lore, so like just
I
the
don't
lore
need to
alone.
play it.
Look,
I don't need to play it. I lived it. I'm
do,
good.
do I have a gun to my head? All right, is that my?
Wait, is that-
that's my question.
Did they base the character off of you, Chris?
They did.
Is that you?
They did. He's
Yes.
still
They got
You
his,
the
should have
same-
seen me when I was much skinnier.
his
They got the
profile.
same shiny head.
His profile picture in my phone is still Golum
Nice.
from the Lord of the Rings. So obviously, Lord of the Rings and Lord of the Rings. I had to link those two stories, like linking this next story because it's getting Robo, and there's going to be 5-0 in this new RoboCop first-person shooter coming 2023.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
That's a game I would probably play without seeing the trailer.
At first, we have it right here because at first, when I'm thinking about this, like first-person shooter RoboCop, like, what is this? It's just Call of Duty RoboCop version. But if I'm not mistaken, didn't RoboCop's vision wasn't that red?
No,
No,
it was
blue.
blue.
All right, I
It
haven't
just
watched
had,
the
it
movie.
just
in a
had
long time.
glitches, like where sometimes it like went to like
Yes, that's what it was. It was the glitch I was thinking of. But it looks good. I mean, but then again, we have this new next generation of graphics engines, so everything's going to look good to us. This may be a shitty game in, sheep's clothing.
It doesn't look like they use that. It doesn't look like they use the good graphics engines.
Yeah, it doesn't.
They just have some RTX filters on. For
It could be just pre-alpha.
Or it's pre-alpha.
Yeah, it's probably pre-alpha.
Watch for Jangers and Walljangers while we just bash the next couple games.
It's going to be a AAA game. Top at the charts. Projangers and Wallhangers shits on AAA game. Yeah. Nobody would report on us, but that's what they would do.
What it was.
But it says everything about RoboCop. It looks like they're just pulling right from the mythos. First-person shooter-wise, it's really the only way you can go.
I'm listening.
Personally, I would rather have a third-person shooter. So that way you see RoboCop. Because I mean, it's just like any other shooter at this point with cutscenes. You know what I mean? I mean, they're getting the original actor back for, the CGI. Hey, we used his actual face, not just copied the movie. You know what I mean? So you get a little bit of authenticity there, but it's like, I don't know.
I think just because of, it's RoboCop, I'd probably play it.
Wrong, sir. Wrong.
We have sound effects. Once again, it's only until the show goes to shit that we use them. But
Nice.
one thing that it may also be...
Don't kill it. Don't kill it.
One thing that they may kill is this next story.
That was a good segue.
Thank you, Colin. That was my favorite part of the podcast, even after talking to Batman, okay? How do you top Batman? Corny jokes. Starting with another end of the robot world, Terminator has an open world survival game coming. Does this give you the bad aftertaste that it did when I just said that?
No, it might be good.
Okay.
I mean,
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
this engine looks a little better.
The last game did not have a good engine.
Is this RoboCop?
No, this is that was Terminator.
They have no actual impact.
25 actual seconds of it, but they're saying open
No
world
in-game
survival Terminator. I'm not saying
That showed all of the game. That's
yeah, that's all you need. But that's really all you need for a Terminator game though, right? Open world survival. You're trying to survive against the machine. So that just lends into the gameplay experience, I feel.
So
where at
basically
first I had a knee-jerk reaction of, oh, you're just going with a common trope. But it actually kind of lends credence to the story, I feel. How do you feel? Oh, my
Holy
God.
shit.
Are you done?
Are you trying to make us deaf?
Are you
Yes.
I'm
done?
going to box your ears the next time I see you. It's
So
gonna be
you know
wonderful.
how it feels. Callie, how do you feel?
I'm awake.
Besides that, how do you feel about Terminator? An open world survival game? Is it
Like
beating
I
a
said,
dead horse?
I mean, yeah. What are we? It's basically the movie. If you think about it, you're being chased by Terminator the entire. John Connor's being chased by
The
by
movie,
Terminator the entire
now a game. We've seen that before.
Yeah, but can you make it an open survival in the future? And the way to win is to send yourself back to the future?
to have sex with your mom. What?
I mean, I don't
Isn't that
think
what they
that'll...
do?
That won't
think
get a
you're
very
projecting.
low Peggy rating if you go for that as the goal of your game. Like, all right, look, you have to go back in time to stop the dystopian future of the machines ruining the world by having sex with your mom. What? Isn't that Back to the Future mixed with Terminator? Look, I didn't make the rules. Just go
No,
back
John
in
Connor
time
did.
and have sex with your mom.
No.
Such a weird.
That's a
Thank
very weird premise of a game. Something else that's weird is this next story.
The thoughts of Matthew are not
Yeah, you
the
know,
thoughts
however
of
that is.
everyone else.
At all.
Yeah,
But
Yeah, you need to play the cat disclaimer. That's what you need to play.
there is an Ubisoft story that's happening.
I'm in.
Because Skull and Bones.
I'm not.
I'm in. I'm already in.
If you
I'm
click that,
huge into Sea of
we'll
Thieves
see
right now.
some kind of
So
action
and
at
Ubisoft
some
makes the
point.
prettiest games. I'm already in before you even say anything.
It's playing. 30 seconds in.
Let's see here. There's got to be something on that trailer somewhere. But
Great
they were
video.
touting their whole how we finally released something that you would like.
What? Come
Haven't
on.
seen anything I liked yet.
No, it's literally
For
just
those
thank
of you
you for
playing
watching the
audio
stream.
Game, it's a big
Um,
blank
yeah, no, it's a
screen
big blank
that says
screen.
click to unmute.
Yeah,
I will not,
no.
because then our video.
No.
I didn't pick a good story, but Skull and Bones trailer. If you literally just Google search that, you'll find it. It's essentially Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Yeah, that's balls. Just type in a Google search.
So it's Sea of Thieves, but
It's Sea of Thieves, but it's Ubisoft. It's
good.
essentially
Better
like
graphics.
taking Sea of Thieves, except the offshore stuff, not the like onshore like pirating. It's all like naval battle.
So it doesn't include like get missions to like find chests and shit like that. It's just literally.
From what I hear, it's just more naval battle. You have a character that walks around the ship, different stuff like that, but it's not like go off on that island and explore. Like, not like that. That's where I'm kind of disappointed, but it still is kind of just Assassin's Creed's water battles, and you made a different game.
Well, that part of Black Flag was fun for me. I like that.
Oh, I'm not shitting on it. That game I will buy. I mean, eventually when it's on sale. But,
$2.
I did not buy Sea of Thieves.
I will not spend more than
I-
$4
I
on
love.
that game.
I'm so into that right now.
I didn't buy it because as soon as I was like, let me look at this game, they were like, how to tell if it's a streamer or somebody you can play with. And I was like, nah, that's Rust. I'm good. I'm fine.
Finally catching on.
Eventually. Like catching on to this final story. Because I always like to highlight a bit of the nerdy and weird, and that is on this story, an Xbox Series X can run Windows 98.
What about my Windows 3.1 I still have with the original box?
And games
Does it have a floppy drive?
like that you would have on that PC in that era, it will run them. Would you be surprised?
There are a couple caveats to that.
It doesn't have a
Kavits?
You have to-
floppy drive.
Yeah, the caveats. There are a couple caveats to that. The games have to be in ISO format, so you have to get the disk images and put them to your hard drive.
And then you got to go
And you have
Super
to-
Saiyan first.
Then you have to put them to a thumb drive,
Oh,
and
sounds
then you have to
way too
download
much
both
work.
emulators.
Well, you
the
got to train
emulators
in
you
that
have to run.
9,000 times Earth gravity to get the Super Saiyan, you
It
know?
just sounds way too much work to do something.
those games were.
Now,
you
the
know-
hardware for the Series X does do a very, very good job in running both the Windows operating system and the gaming software at the same time. There is a couple frame rate drops, but for the most part, it does fairly okay.
That sounds like getting an emulator with a bunch of extra steps.
Yeah, it is.
Without a PC.
Or those games you could probably.
Anybody
play
that is
on
going to
window.
go through all those extra steps, they're not in Uganda and they magically got an Xbox Series X and now they want to use this as their family computer. You know what I mean?
Uganda's
This is a
can't
person
use an
that
Xbox
literally
Series X 'cause
has
it is
a computer sitting right next to them and they're like, I wonder if I could do this. That's fuck you money. That's what that is. That's a fuck you money move. I used two, but it was well placed. Like this end credit. End segment, rather. If you were offered $1 million to play a video game for 24 hours straight, which game would it be and why? It's a rough one.
I have all right. I have a couple, but there is one that, and there's a reason behind it. Final Fantasy VII. Sorry, Chris. Because when you're trying to fight the underwater sea monster and the desert guy to get the certain materia, it takes like freaking hours to do, and you can just knock it all out one day and get what you need to get.
See,
Plus the game rocks anyway.
there's something to say about like that lifestyle game, like those like Minecraft or like other kind of like Fortnite. Those kind of like slice of life story that, or not slice of life, but that ritualistic logging in of games to where that would be easy for somebody. Like, oh, I'll play Fortnite for 24 hours. No, that's not on the table. My immediate choice, I I mean, it's very hard to say what you would actually be able to withstand, but because it's such a massive game, the Old Republic. I could literally just hop between 24-hour spans and just do the start of each character play format, and that it would be like, all right, guys, I'm already done. Sorry, tune in next week. We'll do another 24-hour.
So, like I said, for mine, that was that because that was like productive to get to play that.
Yeah.
But for fun, probably Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's one you could easily lose 24 hours in.
Yep.
Old man, we already know you're going to say Last of Us.
Nope, Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
Ah, fuck you. That's good. No, that's a really good poll because I thought of that. I also thought of like Fable, but we don't have like a master collection of Fable, and I really wouldn't really enjoy playing 3.
Actually, there is a remastered edition that released all 3 for the.
Oh, really?
For the for the Xbox.
Because I had the remastered like just Fable. I didn't know they had all 3 of them though.
Yeah, they did a remaster of they did a collection pack for Fable 1, 2, and 3 as a collection, so you can actually technically play all 3.
All right.
Thanks, William Umstead. I appreciate it. Kelly is on point today.
He is on point today because he got Batman. Batman! This has been a great podcast with a lot of great answers. But Big Brother, to end off the podcast end segment, what game would you play for $1 million, and why am I not surprised?
He's going to say Skyrim.
Red Dead, I guess, because I'm playing it now.
Well, I could see you playing Red Dead or,
depends on my mood. I could also
no, it really does depend on the mood.
I could also play like Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, ESO. They just had that
Start a new
update.
character.
Yeah, start a new
Like
character,
that.
go through the dungeons and stuff.
You couldn't play Elden Ring.
No,
frustrating.
God, no. Oh, no.
Not with one character.
No, but the other two, I think I'd see those as a good, like, flip of the coin. Like, how's he feeling? He'll go with this one for this 24 hours. I like that. Those are.
The difficult one would be Mario Brothers, the original. 24 hours. Once you get to the end.
What would be the one that you like that it would be very difficult for you, but at a certain point you would like it? Because mine is actually, what is it? Super Mario Brothers. It was on Super Nintendo. What was that? Super Mario Brothers 3?
Mario World.
Yeah.
Mario World was the one with the cape.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the one with the
Was
cape.
it Yoshi's? Was it Yoshi? Yoshi's Island?
You started off at
There was that one
Yoshi,
as
and then
well.
you went around. I wanted to say
Super
that was
Mario
3.
Brothers 3.
Yeah, that was 3.
2 was the one
Three-
that was the stage
3 was-
play. 3
Yeah.
was
It's
the
still
one
Nintendo.
3 was the one.
where you had the
Yeah.
raccoon costume.
Yes,
And,
that one.
then
Super
on
Mario Brothers
the
3, I would do.
Super
The one you can
Nintendo,
skip to the final
the
level
next
within like
system
the
they
first
had,
5 minutes
Yes.
Yeah,
with the
that one.
flutes.
the other Super Mario one, the 3D one.
Yeah,
Mario 3D?
Mario 64.
there you go.
64.
Yeah,
I
that
know there were
game.
numbers.
There was like a lot of articles.
Mario
about how
64
Mario
is another
64 was like one of the creepiest games. There's a lot of creepiness to that game.
Is
You
it 'cause
can
had this
just
guy in
throw
the
a baby
cloud
penguin
following you around
off the side of a
everywhere?
cliff.
There's that as
Woo!
well.
Yahoo! Yahoo!
Wahoo!
Ha ha!
Wah!
We have some-
Wah!
We have some new sound effects.
Oh yeah,
Um,
but
We got some new bleeps.
yeah, we do. I'm working on that. That's taken me a while. I gotta get my butt edited.
We're still live,
Um,
by the way.
But we always end off this live stream with the thank yous. We want to thank you to the Bucks County Batman gang. God damn, he was awesome. We talked to Batman. I don't
Yes,
know
we
how
did.
much more complete we can get for this podcast without actually talking to people who played Batman as an actor or voice actor. That's the pinnacle right there. A local Batman.
Do you know
Literal
what makes him better
Batman.
than those guys? He actually does the things that they do.
Exactly. That's what made it amazing because, hang on, throughout that interview, you're like, oh no, hang on. This guy's Batman. He's not a billionaire, but this guy is Batman. Like, that's the only box unchecked. Billionaire, playboy, philanthropist. Everything else, checked. That's as close to real-life Batman as we're getting, and that is an ultimate win in my book, and that's what made this so amazing as a podcast. Thank you so much. We hope we can get him on again, just like all the other guests that we've had on. We also want to thank you to Mark Gervais, Dylan Scooten, and you, loyal Walljanger, for tuning in, liking, subscribing, commenting, and overall supporting the podcast. This podcast does not end until we hear from our main man, Connor, saying, and of course, we love you. We miss you. We want to see you next week. Until then, I am Matthew Bugirl, the Mattman. In the projector box, we have our Iron Kelly Collins, Christopher Bristow, the old man, and our omnipotent presence that is Stephen Bugirl, Big Brother. You can hear him in the background. That's our hero at time, mascot Link Diablo. And of course, we'll see you next week, gang. Until then, drive on. I'm sorry, wrong show. Game on, boys and girls. Bye-bye.
Oh, no, we got to end it.
Link, I swear
We're
to
going
God.
to end it. All right,
Bye.
bye-bye.
Play on my channel. That was a good segue. Our Iron Kelly.
I love you all so much. Get outside already. Oh, he's such an angel. He's such a sweetie.
I'm not into self-harming, but I just archetypally want to take this dagger and just cut a finger off right on air to show you how much I appreciate you and what you've done.
Wow.
That's for you, Kelly. I wouldn't cut off my finger. I would just tell you I appreciate you and what you've done of getting Batman on this fucking podcast. Good Lord, sir. That was amazing.
So here's what I got, fellas. This is what I have. Let me just go over this real quick with you.
What is that, Ninja Turtles?
Can you hear
Super
me?
Nintendo Ninja Turtles.
That's what
arcade.
it looked like. Yeah, I can hear you, buddy.
Am I loud enough, or do I need to be louder?
No, you're perfect.
All right. So here's what I have. She has muffins.
Oh.
That was perfect.
I bet they're laughing because I said, "Here's what I have," and she comes around saying, "I have muffins." How he started. He started at one day in Ed's Bait and Tackle in Ben Salem to help his son's YouTube account, and he blew up as well. So he blew up. He was an avid comic book collector as a child. This guy loved comics. Recently, he was chasing Joker around the city for some kind of charity. He's been in a few news articles. His suit that he wears originally cost $12,000. And I think I was reading somewhere where he's got like $60,000 in suits.
Oh, I saw that he has a couple.
Charity. I know that he's been he'll go out at 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning and feed homeless people.
Yeah, I
works
saw
in soup
that.
kitchens kind of thing. Apparently, he's got like amazing bat cars, like multiple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going over his TikTok. I saw a couple of them.
Dude, well, another thing I was going to bring up is how avid of he is with being healthy. That dude is
Oh, he has a
jacked.
bunch of pictures of him
He
in the
is
gym
jacked.
getting swole.
He's a health nut.
Oh, yeah. To where if you go to his Facebook, he actually has, it was January 26th was the Gaming Bible video where it showed him going around the city and going around to different kinds of things, which it was interesting. Don't actually think I added to Facebook. I might have. Oh, no, I didn't. But it's actually really interesting that even here on his Instagram, he has a lot of the different costumes that he has, and he even he has. I saw the Batman Beyond on top of the one he has that in the videos that you've probably seen, the Batmobile we see there, Michael Keaton.
So when I got up this morning, I went to work and wife texted me and she's got COVID and
Yeah,
So
that's pretty awesome.
yeah, we were just a little worried because her being pregnant and all. So
Unless your child gets superpowers.
yeah, I don't think that works that way.
Is there any statistical data?
No, I guess not. Not on
Okay. Let's not go calling things an impossibility here, Batman. I'm sorry, you're Iron Kelly.
That's true.
Weird little factoid that I saw that I loved it because it just kind of describes Star Wars to me from George Lucas's creative perspective. Mark Hamill shared that every time they tried to ask how like Han or Leia's names were pronounced,
I saw that today.
he just kind of would stare at him and shrug like, I don't care, and then say, well, the names would be pronounced differently throughout the galaxy. That was the ultimate, like, boom, deflection ever. And it's so very George Lucas. Just simple words like, it could be pronounced any number of different ways around a galaxy. Like, you can't dispute that.
No, you technically can't.
And he made sure to put them saying their names differently throughout the whole thing. And that's what I really liked about that. Although Obi-Wan was still just Obi-Wan. Or Ben. Because apparently that's, still exotic in a galaxy far, far away.
And Matt, when I'm ready, like when I'm done with my stuff, I'll just cue you and be like, "Hey, Matt, you can take over some stories or whatever." So it's not that awkward.
So that's when you let the crazy man drive.
Sounds good.
So
I'm excited, man. This is gonna be great.
It's gonna be fun
to add them.
So this one I wanted to add in our ads end segment. I wanted to ask you, gentlemen. So there's a Netflix thing happening, and it's linked with the Duffer Brothers. It's with another live-action Death Note series. Like, they already tried it once. Didn't work. You even had William Dafoe. Didn't work. Now you're going to try it again, but you got the Duffer Brothers. Do you think it could work? Is the broad question I'm going to ask, because it's probably going to suck. Sadly. It's not like I want these things to fail. But that's why it's at end credit.
So I finished Stranger Things yesterday. I don't know if you guys are caught up with that.
Yes, I am caught up with that.
I am not.
That ending episode was so badass. They probably should have switched it into 2, but dude, Eddie, he can freaking play guitar, man.
I saw that on the interwebs that Enter Sandman got a nice nod.
No, Master of Puppets.
Master of Puppets. I'm sorry.
Master of Puppets.
Master of Puppets.
It's a song I
but then there was a picture of Metallica wearing the Hellfire shirts, the Hellfire Club shirts.
That's awesome.
I'll eventually get to Stranger Things. I did enjoy it overall as a series. I think
so. You'll watch like everything, but you haven't seen that yet.
Well, no, I got it, dude. There's so
How
much.
dare
to watch.
you, sir?
I have.
Dare you?
I mean, we're going through Umbrella Academy. We're also rewatching Westworld because the new season is out. And we wanted to start from season 1 because why not? It's an amazing show.
I didn't watch it yet.
It's so good.
Me and Colin were talking about Umbrella Academy.
We started that, but then we got distracted by Westworld. So we are going to go back to that because I love Umbrella Academy. I could have did without the musical episode, though. It's like there's a contraction.
Every show is doing that.
You guys ready to go live?
I'm ready for them to hit that subscribe button right there, right above my head. That's going to be the very best Purjangers and Walljangers video for them. Right above what hopefully the Purjanger box is where they are, is going to be every single Triforce podcast in a playlist. But, of course, our podcast does not end until we hear our main man, Connor, say, bye-bye.
Bye.